Yo, so what's going on, guys? It's the Dropship Terminator and the Dan of Steel over here, you guys already know. And we have our good friend.
I need that
Hello,
shirt.
my name is Brendan McCoy.
And we're going to be talking all about that bookkeeping life so that way you don't go to prison. Selling on Amazon has absolutely changed our lives. You want to know something? We're going to help you guys get there too.
All these people are talking about wanting to sell you a lifestyle. We're here to sell you a life.
Yo, if you're new, welcome to the channel. We talk all about that drop shipping life and all about Amazon FBA and private label drop shipping and eBay and Shopify and all that stuff. If you like that e-commerce goodness, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stick around for a little while, get into the free Facebook group below so you can be part of the fam, because you're not really part of the fam if you're not in the group. All right, so we're going to be talking about the good stuff today. Dan of Steel, would you enlighten these people?
Bookkeeping. Well, as you guys know, here in the United States, we're getting close to tax time. Tax time. Before you can properly file your taxes, you need to keep track of all your expenses, all your income. It's extremely important that you understand that if you're a growing business, a contracting business, and bookkeeping is kind of the meats and potatoes of that. You know, we've always prided ourselves on having good bookkeeping.
Well, he has, because I don't do that. I just make more money.
I was sadly mistaken until we brought this handsome gentleman along, Brendan, who is our personal bookkeeper.
Yes.
He keeps track of all of our, all of our books. We utilize QuickBooks. Being Amazon sellers, it's extremely important to understand that you can use tools like Sellex, all these analytics tools to give you kind of like track of real-time profit, which is nice. But as a growing business, as a new business, or even an existing business, keeping the art of good bookkeeping is something that either comes naturally or doesn't come naturally to people. And for us, it didn't quite come naturally. So we brought this guy on to kind of clean up our books. He's our he is our bookkeeper. So yeah, welcome to Two Dudes channel, man.
Yes, thank you.
So
Thanks for having me.
we're gonna go ahead and kind of dive into proper bookkeeping for as in general as a business, and also how it relates to Amazon. So yeah, give us a little bit of background on you, and then we'll dive in.
Yeah, that sounds good. Hi everyone. Yeah, so my name is Brendan McCoy. Like Dan and Rico said, I work for them now. I help them with their QuickBooks, their bookkeeping, and kind of keeping them on track every single month, every single day, every single week. A little background on myself, kind of where I am. I used to be a public accounting auditor. What that means, I would go out to companies all over the country, all over the world, and make sure that they had their things kind of in line, that they were playing by the rules, that they kind of were following their own procedures that they set up. If they weren't following them, why not? What do we need to do to kind of fix that problem? I got out of that life about a year and a half ago, and now I work for small businesses kind of all over the country. I'm helping them with bookkeeping, QuickBooks, accounting. It's a very simple thing that can become very complicated very easily, especially if you don't really know what you're doing.
Give us,
Why do you need to keep good books?
Well, yeah. What is bookkeeping?
Yeah, what is
can
this?
you describe
Yes.
to these people in?
Because all he talks about is going to prison. He's like, you're going to prison. Everything is I'm going to prison. To go into prison. Why? Why do we need good books?
You're not going to prison because you got me on the side now.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
No one's going to prison. No one's doing anything crazy. It is important to keep your books for a couple different reasons. The first reason is for your taxes. You're not going to know how much taxes you owe if you don't really have a bookkeeping system. You can kind of guess, which isn't a good. Is not my advice.
It's a lot.
Guessing is a bad idea. Let's get that out of the way right now.
Bad. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a very bad idea to guess on your taxes. For two ways, you can either pay way much or way less. And in both cases, that's not really good. The other reason that keeping your books is important is you actually have a insight to what your business is doing. A lot of people that I work for, they really only care about the cash they have in the bank, which is nice. You want money in the bank.
Yeah.
But if you don't know how that money's getting there and you don't really know where it's going after that, you can kind of lose that money quickly. And if you don't really have a system in place to even start, it can kind of be detrimental to your business overall, and you could be out of business before you even thought you started it. That's kind of the two biggest, reasons to kind of keep your books. Number one, you need it for tax reasons. In case anyone ever did ask questions, the IRS wants to know. If you ever need to get a loan, if you ever want to say, hey, my business is worth this, if you don't have a bookkeeping system or anything like that, you're never going to know. So that's kind of why it's important to kind of have a system in place.
Yeah.
Really, it's for your own benefit. to kind of know what you're doing, know how you're doing it, know where things are going. And then when it's April 15th, it's a lot easier to just do TurboTax, go to a CPA, however you do your taxes. If your books are in line, your books are accurate, you have books, it makes your life just that much easier.
Yeah, we talk to you guys a lot about, we personally cover QuickBooks. That's who we use. It's not the only tool available out there. There's FreshBooks, there's Wave.
Yeah, there's QuickBooks is kind of the standard that everyone uses, and it depends on your the size of your business. Some people have a self-employed QuickBooks, which is perfectly great. There's certain things that you're not going to be able to do that maybe you want to do. There's also some QuickBooks that are going to be you're going to be paying way too much for what you're really using it for. I always recommend, in my personal, is keep it simple to start. Whether you just started your own business, you are just listening to these guys, kind of just getting on the right track here. Use Excel, write it down on a piece of paper. Do whatever you need to do, but keep track of it. And make sure that you kind of know where your money's going. Once you kind of grow a little bit, QuickBooks is kind of my recommended product that I use kind of exclusively. There are some other options, but once you kind of get there, then you're doing the right thing. You're at least on the right track of, okay, I need to track this stuff.
Yeah, and it's extremely important to understand, especially as selling on Amazon, why it's so important to keep track of this. So you're going out, you're buying this product, and that's an expense, and you're going out, and maybe you have a cashback credit card, maybe there's some interest on it. There's so many different facets to running a business, and being able to keep track of all of your expenses is important because you're probably going to have a lot of them, and then understanding your profits and losses. So we talk a lot about using Sellex for real-time profit, right? It's huge. You guys definitely need to use something along those lines to gain insight onto product by product basis, what your profit is. But it's also important to understand that these things need to be kept track of on a larger kind of macro basis, right? And it's huge to understand, per month, per quarter, per week, whatever, if your business is growing, where you can, maybe cut down on some expenses, or how much you're growing by, to forecast for yourself. And forecasting is very important. And that's what, Brendan here has helped us out so much with, is understanding how, every month, every quarter, every year, what we're looking at, what our profit looks at, now, and what it could look at in the future if we keep this great, this growth sustainable. And that's the kind of stuff that you guys really need to pay attention to, and you need to start paying attention to it now. It doesn't matter if you just started or if you've been in business for a little bit, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the reason I got into the accounting business was that whether you make money or lose money, I'm always going to have a job. Someone needs to count the truth. Someone needs to count the profits. Someone needs to count the losses. And it can be a tough pill to swallow sometimes, to kind of take a step back and look at your financials and say, hey, I might have made a couple mistakes, or I'm really in the hole right now, but you'll never know how deep you are until you kind of put it all on paper and kind of have it in a place. And something that Dan was kind of getting to a little bit is that you might use Sellex, or you might use different type of apps, PayPal, Amazon. You guys have money coming all over the place, which is good. But there needs to be a centralized place for all that money, and that's usually your bank account, right? So in order to track what's in PayPal, what's in Amazon, what's in eBay, what's in SellerX, or whatever you use, you need one centralized system to keep track of all that stuff. And that's why, as you kind of grow, QuickBooks is a good example. FreshBooks, Wave, any type of accounting system really that you're going to pay for will take all of your data that you have, the sales that you have, and the expenses that you have on credit cards, business cards, in your actual Venmo account, PayPal, all that stuff needs to become in one place to kind of get to that ultimate net number. And that can get a little overwhelming at first, but it needs to be done. Like they said, you're never going to know what your true net is unless it's all kind of there. I would recommend, if you guys are willing to learn, go to your community college, take an accounting 101 class. Go online, take an accounting 101 class.
He's going to be right on that because he's going to be our accountant from now on, right?
Just get the basics of accounting, kind of understand the basics. Because Rico was saying a little bit, there's surprises that happen. And there's surprises that happen because you might not necessarily know what you're looking at or what you're doing. You might think you lost $100,000, but I think that you made $50,000. And that's a really, really big difference. And that's why it's kind of important to, whether you're doing this yourself, just get a second opinion on it, get a second set of eyes on it. just kind of make sure that you're doing things the way they should be done, so that it's not a surprise and you kind of are, on the right path.
Yeah, so proper bookkeeping 101, right? Just whatever you're doing right now, and again, we talk about this a lot. Get yourself a proper accounting software. It's going to be very, very confusing to start. If you don't feel like dealing with it, you can take somebody on like Brendan. They can help, get you all set up. Pay them to get the books straight. Pay them to keep the books straight. That's what we do. It doesn't mean that you have to do it, but we're telling you it's better to start now than later. This isn't something that you should be waiting on. It's kind of that crap or get off the pot kind of situation.
Yeah, not some 17-year-old kid with a Shopify website, right?
Right.
This is a real business.
Yeah, it's a real business. Same thing.
Yeah, you're making real money. So get you a real, bookkeeper.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Another thing that you need to understand, especially, we're not talking about taxes too much on this call, we will later, but you should be looking, when those books become straight, you're probably going to have a better, more accurate idea of what your actual net profit was. And guess what? You need to pay taxes on it.
You need to pay taxes on it, and you'll actually know if you're having good business or not.
Are you growing? Are you contracting? Yeah.
Are you paying $200,000-$300,000 in taxes?
Yeah.
Because you got to figure out how to stop all that, man. Because I'm not cool.
Why don't
with
you
that.
take that up with the IRS and let them see what they think about it?
Whoever's in charge of taxes, if you watch this video, you got to do something, man. Because you're killing me with these taxes. I'm not liking it.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Taxes suck. And
well, I didn't say it. He said that. I'm just saying.
Taxes
I
suck.
need a hookup. I need a hookup. I'm not saying they suck. I just want the hookup. That's it.
A personal exemption. I don't want to pay any more taxes.
I didn't even say that.
But yeah, bookkeeping is extremely important. If you're not doing it, do it now. If you have any questions, by all means, you can always reach out to us. We have this guy here to really help us out. He'll be able to answer questions.
Even if you can't afford to pay someone like myself every month to do it for you, pay someone like me one time, not me, pay someone like me one time to set you up the right way and teach you how to do it. This isn't complicated. It's really not. It's very simple what I do, but I have the time to do it. I have the experience to do it, and I do it so often that I can tell you how to do it in 5 seconds.
Don't pretend to be an expert.
Don't pretend to be an expert. Get someone to set you up the right way the first time, and then while you're kind of starting your business and you can't afford to pay someone, or you don't need someone to do it every month like these guys, you can do it yourself, and you know you're doing it the right way. And once you kind of get to that next level where you're going to be at, you can kind of say, you know what, you take care of it, and you're going to tell them what to do because you've already done it and you know how to do it and you know how you like to see it. So
I don't tell them what to do. I just sit back and make more money. That's it.
Yeah, he's blind to the whole operation.
Start off on the right foot. Start off with the right system, and start off kind of fresh, the right way. So you don't pay me to come in 3-4 times a year and clean it all up.
No.
Just get it done the right way the first time, and like I said, it's not rocket science. It's easy. It just takes time. That's all it is.
Amen. See, that's pretty much it. We'll have Brendan on, a couple times a year to, kind of talk about these kinds of things. This is important right now. Taxes are a hot topic. Bookkeeping is going to be a hot topic. It still is. It always will be. So, again, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, in below.
Yeah, man.
Just
Drop
let us
below.
know.
So, yeah, man. You know what it is. Make sure you be safe, be smart, pay your taxes, or else you're going to prison, apparently, because is that a real thing outside of Wesley Snipes? I don't think so. I really don't.
You can ask Wesley.
Yo, I didn't say that, man. I loved you in Blade.
Yeah.
Blade Trinity, you kind of fell off, bro. But the original Blade, you're awesome.
Money Trinity.
Yep. So, yeah, man.
Thanks again, Brendan. Really appreciate you joining, man.
thanks
You
for
really
joining
do.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
So, later.